Yeah, I mean, I thought our energy was pretty good there when we built up the lead in the first half, and then they went zone. We didn't do a very good job attacking the zone, which is not a good sign going in the Syracuse game, so we got to get that figured out here hopefully in the next 2 days. But I thought we got a little bit passive, and then we were better in the second half. I give them a lot of credit. They could have easily folded. They got beat pretty soundly at home against a good Murray State team. Could have come in here after they got down 18, 19, whatever it was in the first half, and they could have easily quit. And they stayed in and fought and cut the lead. And we had to fight and claw our way to get a win there at the end. So give them a lot of credit. I thought Perkins played maybe his best game of the year. He was good. I told him before the game, it's been about a month or so since he had a double-double. It's time to get another one. He told me he got me. Dante Carruthers had yet to win we've got a hard hat award for those of you that cover us. He hadn't won it yet this year. I talked to him about that in the middle of the week. He guaranteed me he'd win it. He came out and won it. I think he was diving all over the floor for loose balls, taking charges. Him and Devontae, I'm not sure how many charges combined they took. I'm guessing like 6 or 7, but it's pretty impressive. It's hard to run your offense. Their guards don't want to drive the ball when Dante or Devontae are on them. They're taking a charge about every time they're trying to blow by them. They move their feet, get in front of them, take it. So defensively, we weren't bad. We didn't shoot the ball well, which is not a good sign going into the Syracuse game. So I think some of that, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's finals week or whatever, some guys just weren't ready to play. And it shows in the rebounding stats, shooting stats, the whole deal. So we have enough guys on the team where I think our freshmen are coming along where we can pull guys in that are going to give us good, hard, quality minutes that when certain guys aren't playing well, we can go to some other guys when we need to.
You attempted a lot fewer threes in the second half. Was that by design?
I didn't say to come in and I didn't come in at halftime and say not to shoot them. Like I never want to do that. I just said we got to get paint touches. Like I don't care if they shoot a three. It'd just be nice if we got a paint touch and a kick out three. They tend to be a lot more wide open. Our points per possession are much higher when we get a paint touch. We didn't have many paint touches against the zone, so I think we came out and we're much more aggressive getting the ball in the paint. And then when you get in the paint, you end up finding that you end up with a lot more twos, which is what happened. So kind of by design, but I mean, we can shoot as many threes as we want as long as they're good kick-out threes.
What was it about the zone that gave your team trouble?
I think we just got passive against it, to be honest with you. I don't think, I don't think it's like necessarily a different type or great or whatever. I mean, they play hard. They're a good team. And I just think when we saw it, and I think that's a problem with a lot of teams. They see a zone, all of a sudden their mindset changes, and that's what happened with us. And then we're non-aggressive down on offense. Then on defense, we weren't getting stops. And when we're best against the zone, we're getting stops, and then we're getting runouts before it ever gets set up. We weren't getting any of that. So they were able to set the zone for about 10 straight minutes there, and we didn't handle it well.
This question's for Nick. What was your first reaction when you saw that? So do you agree that your team was passive, going when you saw that offense? And what did you have to do to adjust against it?
I mean, well, coming in, we know SIU played a little bit of zone, but I think when the time that they threw it as, we was kind of on the run at the moment. I think it kind of shocked us. So we did get a little passive in it. And I mean, it's something that we got to, work on. Like we work on zone offense and practice zone defense. So, I mean, it's something we're going to see versus Syracuse, obviously, and it's something we're going to see all year. So we just got to work on it.
What in-game adjustments did your team make against that zone?
Really just being able to pass out of it and just being aggressive. Like man and zone is basically the same thing. They just guarding the area and like O's talk about, you still got one man in front of you. They still got to guard you in the zone, but they just guarding the area. So if you stay aggressive in it, you feel me? You can beat it every time.
Are you guys happy to see a zone in game? So close to facing Syracuse.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it's something that helped us, going into Syracuse. Obviously, they're going to play zone for 40 minutes. And SIU, I feel like they helped us out a little bit with, learning what plays to work, which ones work, which ones don't. So I think it's good.
You play differently as a 5-man. How does the zone change the way you approach it?
Really just being able to, get in the middle, make the defense collapse. In the zone, especially a 2-3, corners are open. Obviously you get open threes if you're moving the ball right. Just being aggressive, and that's what it's all about.
Devontae, you got into a little bit of early foul trouble. What's your mindset where you're still going to draw those charges, but you have to worry about those fouls?
In that situation, I just still play my game. O still give me the leeway to be aggressive on defense, so I mean, I got 3 more to give. So the next one, if they call that one, then I know, now I got to calm down. I can't be as aggressive. But when I got 3 of them more to give, then I'm still going to be aggressive.
Vontae, how big a momentum-turning plays are those offensive fouls that you guys are so good at drawing?
It's a big one, because that's taking 2 away from them, and that's giving us the opportunity to go get 2 more. So that's like a 4-point turnaround. So that is big, especially when the energy is down. That way they get the team up, and then we back rolling.
Are you and Dante competing at all to see who can get more of those?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, we both talk about it now. We talk about it, but at the end of the day, we just out there doing whatever to do to win.
Nate, this week coming up, how big is it for you guys? And now that this is past you, what's kind of your approach to
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest week of our non-conference season. I think outside of maybe that, if you count the Friday, Monday, West Virginia at Southern Illinois. So, I don't want to call it a make or break week because it's not going to break our season if we don't do it. But it's certainly a make week. Like if we take care of business this next week, we can pretty much guarantee ourselves an at-large bid, in my opinion. So, I think it's huge. We got to come out. We got to play well. And you know what? Win or lose, we got to get better. But I think if we come out and play like we're capable of playing, we could come up with 2 wins. Even if we get 1 out of the 2, I think we can get in that large bid if we do what we're supposed to in conference now. So it's huge. And we're done with finals. I think Monday's the last day of finals. I think all of our guys, for the most part, are done. Now we can just get locked into basketball. Hopefully, if some guys were still in a finals fog, they get out of it here by Tuesday. But it's they got to be smart with their bodies because we played today. Now we play Tuesday, play Friday. They got to be well rested. And I think our guys are pretty mature. They'll handle it pretty well that way.
Do you think coming into the year, how likely did you think being 10-0 at this point would be?
Not that likely, to be honest with you. I mean, once we got West Virginia and at Southern Illinois, though, then you looked at it, then you really start thinking, we really should be. The rest of those games on the schedule were games we should win. We really should be 10-0 going into this now if we can. But there's a lot of should. That doesn't happen all the time. Syracuse probably should have beat Old Dominion today, and it didn't happen. And, that's the game of basketball. That's why you play the games, because teams have cold stretches. So we didn't play our best basketball all those games either. Today we didn't play our best basketball. We still got to win, though. So to be 10-0 is huge because now it puts us in a spot where these 2 games are that big. I think they can really almost guarantee you an at-large bid now because we're going into them 10-0.
What do you want this team to take from this game in particular and apply Tuesday at Syracuse?
I want to take it I want them to be able to keep our momentum, keep our heads on straight, stay focused, and keep the lead. Once we get the lead, we can't relax because Syracuse have great talent, got a good coach, and we just want to make sure we stay focused and keep our foot on their throat as we play.
Nick, the same question. What do you want your team to take from this game and apply to Syracuse?
Really just having that killer instinct. Kind of what Vontae talked about, being I think one thing about this team, I think we're really good overall, but one thing we got to work on is learning how to finish, learning how to finish games and when you up and learn how to bury somebody and keep that same mentality. So, it's something that, it's not nothing that happened overnight. So, we got to continue to work on it.
Nick, that was the not being able to finish the game at Syracuse last year. Sounds like it might stick with you a little bit. Why do you feel like this team has learned that and would be in a position to do a few of the things that you weren't able to do in the Dome last year?
I think we're more prepared. We didn't work hard all summer, and I feel like the things we do, don't nobody else do. So just coming in with that mindset. And I think, right now, if you would have looked at where we was at 10 games in last year and where we at 10 games in now, I think we're much better. We got a little more mature group and guys who have been in some hard-fought games, some tough situations. So I think it's gonna be good.
So, Coach, with Cuse losing today, is there anything more dangerous than a wounded animal?
That's what I said. When I got out in the hallway, the coaches told me that the Old Dominion had beat them. I was like, that's the worst thing we needed right now. Definitely, it's not good that they lost to Old Dominion. I don't think. It makes, if you beat them, it's not as much of a quality win either because they just lost to Old Dominion, and I think they're going to be playing way harder. So that's probably the worst thing we needed to have happen. But it is what it is. I mean, just we kind of said the same thing with this team. I mean, the last thing we needed was for them to get drilled by Murray. The last time they had got drilled, they had only lost 4 games coming into this. At Kentucky, us at home, UMass, and Murray. And the UMass game was by 20, and then they came back and beat a really good Tulsa team. So they're the same deal. And I thought they played twice as hard today as they did on Wednesday. So, and we still beat them. So whatever happens, Syracuse do what they need to do. We'll take care of what we got to do, and we just got to be ready to play no matter what they're doing over there.
CJ missed his 3, scored pretty well. Otherwise, you think the finger, was it bothering him?
Yeah, I definitely think it was. It was in the back of his head. He had the little thing on. He took it off midway through the second half. He wasn't himself, but he was. Here's the thing that I'm proud about. He still played hard. Like you never have an issue with his effort. Like the only time was when he kept trying to box out, Lloyd, and should have just gone and got the ball. But his effort's always there. So that's why even when he's got a awful shooting night, I mean, you look, he's 0 for 4 from 3, ends up with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Like not a bad night out. So. And hopefully he's shooting it a lot better Tuesday at Syracuse.
Nick, Coach talked about your double-double and more specifically the higher rebounding totals in past games. You had 4 of your 11 on offense. How much do you think that helps your offense? Getting that extra chance, grabbing offensive rebounds.
I think it helps it a lot. Being aggressive on I think the defensive end, and particularly like the defensive end, that leads to the offense. So if you're just really aggressive on the old boards, the offense will come. I think it all just falls into play. Crashing the old boards, doing all the hard stuff, and your offense is automatically follows.
You shot well from 3 today too, and Southern Illinois' coach really complimented your game day. Do you feel like when one facet of your game is working well, that all the others just kind of fall into place and you have a really well put together game?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that goes into just focusing on the right things, focusing on defense, focusing on ball screen coverage, and like I said, you're a good player, and you in the gym working, the offense. I'm in the gym every week working on my 3 and every day, so it got to fall sometimes. So. Yeah.
Good. All right, thank you.